Well, hello fashion lovers, beauty lovers, health and fitness lovers. I'm a new woman. I'm just back from the salon. I haven't been to a salon for a very, very long time. Isn't it crazy? So there's a few things I wanted to share with you. The main purpose of this video is about my metabolic reset that I'm doing, which I can't wait to share with you. And I also wanted to, first of all, show you my hair. What do you reckon? I really love it. It's fantastic and the colour's brilliant. It's worth finding a good stylist. This is by Christy Finesse Hair, and she's just based locally, and she's an independent trader, and she's gorgeous, and I'm absolutely thrilled. I haven't had such a great cut, colour and styling for many, many years, so I'm over the moon. Also, before I get started, I wanted to show you my divine repurposed Chanel pendant here. This is Shopportunity Vintage, the beautiful Kimberly. So first of all, have you seen my hair? Have you seen my hair? Sorry, I'll shut up now. Botox. Some of you know that I tried Botox for the first time, so I just quickly want to take you through that. So I had it done with Laser Clinics Australia, the divine Rogan at the Canberra Centre. My God, he's just... oh, he's heaven. And so basically what I wanted to get done was my forehead. I have a lot of sun damage and lines, crow's feet. And then when I went there, he actually said that you need to have 3 zones, not 2. So the 3 zones here, here and here, forehead, crow's feet and 11s. And also you can get the bunnies done, little bunnies. And yeah, so I was only getting 2 done, and he said you need to have 3, otherwise you'll end up with deeper frowns here. So he kind of distributed the toxin around my face, around the upper part of my face, and did an excellent job. He did do the right side more because I'm more animated on that side, and that's the thing about our faces. Everyone is different. So that's why you need to go and have a consultation. So he did more on this side, and you can see the only... well, it's not even a negative because it's just part of the learning process for my face. The only negative is that my lid has dropped a little here because this one is a little bit heavier, like you put more in. And then this side I can still move. So I went back for you have a 2-week checkup, and I went back for that, and he said, I'll just top you up a little. So he put a bit more on this side, and then he actually, what they can do is they can put a little spot right under the arch of the brow, and that will help lift the eye. So I'm expecting that to rise up a little bit in the next, takes about 5 days minimum. So I'm very excited about that. It does hurt a little bit, well, actually not very much at the top. So they start at the top and they go down. And the lower down the face you go, the more painful it is. So when you get to about here and around the crow's feet, it is quite like a bee sting. It's quite eye-watering, but certainly nothing intolerable. So worth it. I'm absolutely thrilled with the results. I feel fresher. I don't need to look younger. I just wanted to feel less haggard, and also of course protect my skin from lining, and that's what it does. So you can see I can't even raise this side. This side will kick in shortly. Can barely frown. Bunnies have sort of gone. These crow's feet have really, really improved. So I'm over the moon. I think it's worth doing. I absolutely do. Metabolic Reset. Okay, so this is a 4-week program. It's through the Martin Clinic. Now, the Martin Clinic are based in Ontario, Canada, and it was formed by Dr. Martin back, oh gosh, I don't know. It's probably about 75 years old, this company, because it has the grandfather, the father, and the son now. And they are into, of course, medicine. They're very science-driven. They have a strong science base, which I particularly love. And they are really, really onto it in terms of nutrition and diet. And of course, you know, I love a GP. GPs are vital. Modern medicine is vital. If you get hit by a bus, if you have an asthma attack, all that kind of thing, I think that it's vital. And GPs are brilliant. But honestly, you and I know more about nutrition than your regular GP. And alas, we're still in this space where orthodox GPs just aren't incorporating vitamins, minerals, food, diet into their regimes, and it's all about curing rather than prevention, whereas the Martin Clinic is all about prevention, and it's about tailoring your food intake and your vitamin and mineral intake to your own situation and your own body. I've been doing that for quite a long time. My sister Lisa and I have been doing that, and in fact Lisa put me onto the Martin Clinic. They have this fabulous Facebook group called the Martin Clinic Club, and it has like 10k members, and they all, you know, provide wonderful information. They're all very supportive, and basically the Metabolic Reset is particularly good for women of our age. for anyone, but particularly good for menopausal women. Because what happens is when you get older, and indeed even earlier if you have a bad diet, you get into what's called a metabolic storm. And that's when all of your hormones basically are out of whack and you end up in this terrible situation. So you have lots of symptoms, you have thyroid issues, adrenal issues. Of course, we all have adrenal issues in this modern day and age because of the stress. And so for women, when the three main hormone producers, the glands, the thyroid, the ovaries and the adrenals are out of whack, which of course they are in menopause because you're not producing estrogen and your progesterone levels are also low. And when that happens, you enter this metabolic storm and you start, even if you're relatively healthy, you start getting terrible symptoms like hair thinning and brittle nails, depression, anxiety, obviously weight gain, even things like fibromyalgia, where you're getting aching muscles and bone problems and all sorts of things. I mean, it's endless what you can suffer. So the Metabolic Reset is essentially a 4-week program where you eat nothing but meat, eggs, and cheese and cream. So those 3 things are all you're allowed to eat for 4 weeks. Now, we were raised at a time where it was pushing grains, pushing carbs, and, shunning animal products and shunning fats and all kinds of things. And of course, we now know, it's in all the science journals, people, that we need fat. And in fact, we do not put on weight or have health problems from eating fat. In general, we don't do that. What we have problems from is carbohydrates, particularly sugars and of course refined carbohydrates and yes, grains. So when we have these things, they raise our blood sugar and our insulin, we become insulin resistant. What that basically means is that your blood sugar is completely out of whack, your insulin is released at the wrong time. And of course, if you're releasing all of this insulin, you're putting on weight and you're causing a lot of problems. Diabetes, cancers, heart disease, all sorts of things are covered absolutely by a insulin resistance problem. So, so for example, most of our livers are screwed. So when we have insulin resistance, we end up getting a fatty liver. And amazingly, I don't know if you know this, but a fatty liver is actually caused by carbohydrates, not by fats. So it clogs up the liver. It causes a lot of problems with the liver. The liver can't function properly. And of course, the liver is our wheelhouse. It's our engine. And when it's all plugged up and yucky and getting fatty, then we're not able to function very well. And all of our other glands suffer and our hormones suffer. So I know it's counterintuitive to think that just eating protein and fats and eggs is, the way to do this. But it actually works. When you cut out the carbs, you enter a state of ketosis. You start burning ketones, ketones rather than glucose. And your body just cleanses. Your kidneys are cleansed by this reset. Your liver is cleansed by this reset. And then when you finish the 4-week program, you gently introduce carbs and you try to follow a ketogenic diet, which really it's what we all should be doing, is following this kind of diet. It is so health-giving. I don't have all the answers. I'm still learning myself. I've been on this food journey for quite some time, and Dr. Martin is just another piece in the puzzle, but I can't even begin to tell you the changes in my body. I'm now in week 2 weeks on the program. The mental clarity, the happiness, the joy, the reconnection, the dissolving of depressive feelings, of not wanting to wake up in the morning, of anxiety, all so considerably altered and considerably better. I'm absolutely blown away. The whiteness in my eyes, the clarity of my skin, the fogginess is disappearing. I feel incredible, and I really encourage you to look this up and at least open your mind to it. As I said, he's all science-based. This is not hoo-ha. He has podcasts. He has the Facebook group. All of this is free. He does sell supplements, but you don't have to buy them. He's a wonderful man, and I'm really, really impressed with what he does and how he's changing people's lives health-wise. And you just have to be part of that Facebook group to see just how impressive the results are. So at the end of the 4 weeks, I'm going to return to my keto ways. I'm hoping to have even more improvements. The other great benefit is that you lose weight, you burn actual real fat, real visceral fat on keto and on this particular regime. But the proof is in the pudding, as Dr. Martin says, and what I believe is if you have symptoms, there's a problem. Your doctor can say your iron's fine, it's in the range. It's in the range, the normal range. So if the range is 5 to 100 and you're at 5, it's still good? No. You want optimal health and optimal nutrition. And if you're still having symptoms, no matter what you do, you still have a problem. So I encourage you to look it up. I don't have the answers, so I'm not going to be able to respond to questions. Please, I'll put the links below. You can have a look. And sure, I can chat about it with you, but again, I'm not responsible for the choices you make from watching this video, and I certainly don't have the answers, so I encourage you to look them up. But I have had such a joyful ride with this so far. Just wanted to share that with you. If it resonates you in some way, then hopefully it can kickstart a whole new health chapter for you, or at least improve where you're going. Much love to you. I'm off with my new haircut, and I will catch you very soon. Ciao.